Hello everybody, I am going to be presenting today on the Jordan Research Center here on campus. The topic I'm going to elaborate more is polished concrete and how the steps on how to get it from a gray dull to a very vibrant shine, very similar to the picture I have attached. Next, I'm going to be talking about the summary of polished concrete. So polished concrete is a great sustainable material to do on a project due to its easiness to work with, and you don't have to buy much material after the pour is complete. Some benefits of going with this approach is that it's very low maintenance and it really is simple to do. You can mop it once a week with a soapy mop and it will shine like it was just polished. It is less likely to chip nor break compared with tile or wooden floors, and it usually takes a day or two to be fully polished, and the return rate also depends on the size of the project, but usually it's pretty fast. The price the price also varies. It usually costs per square foot, but the contractor decides. But on average, it usually varies from $3 to $8. The process also considered a three-step process, which is grinding, polishing, and finish polishing, which is also known as curing. The contractor usually has two ways of doing polished concrete. Method one, which is wet grinding, which causes a lot of sludge, a big mess, and method two, which is dry grinding, that causes harmful dust and air that can harm your crew. However, with the help of respirators, it could be easily done on whenever you decide to go with. You will get a very beautiful polished floor, and it's easy to clean, and it's gonna last for years. So next, I'm gonna be talking about the work breakdown structure for polished concrete. As you can see, the polished concrete is broken up into three phases. Phase one is mock-up, which for mock-up is a 10 by 10 foot panel, in which will be completely identical to what it is expected from them. Phase two, which is pour the concrete, it it will be poured within the specs of 033000. Next step will be the grinding of the concrete. It will start off with 80, then 100 grit, 100 grit to 200 grit, and so forth to until he reaches to 800 grit. And once he's finished to 800 grit, he will come in and do the finishing, in which he would apply a protective seal and be ready for phase three. For phase three is protection, in which the contractor will block off any ways to actually get in the area he just worked in, so he can have a nice, clear, beautiful finished product. Next, I'm going to be talking about the equipment needed to perform this task. So we're going to need an ASL concrete grinder with interchangeable diamond head blades. As you can see from the picture on the bottom, it looks similar to that. Like I said before, you're going to start with 80 grit and proceed with finer blades ending with 800 grit. You're going to need an industrial vacuum to pick up any mess that the grinder left behind. Then once it's nice and grinded, a laborer will come in and use a concrete sealer and apply it to all the freshly grinded concrete. And you're gonna need a brushing machine to clean up any mess that's left behind. Also would like to mention that you're gonna need a smaller concrete grinder for any areas where the big one cannot or will not reach. While concrete is a very simple thing to do, we are going to need to follow some very strict specifications for polished concrete. It must be in accordance with ASC 301 and ACI 303R. We are going to follow a concrete mix design in section 033000. We are gonna vary in different sealers, but we are going to have three very specific ones. We're going to have Concealer Deck High Performance Concrete LS Guard, Vexcon Certi Shine Diamond Polish, and Latex Densifier. But even before we start, we gotta make sure that the flatness for the floor is exactly what they wanted, which is 55. Then once we're actually done, we're gonna need to have 8 days of curing time in which everything will be completely blocked off and just be drying off. So here I'm be talking about my takeoff starting from the very top left. That's the first floor, ending with the bottom right. That's the third floor. So concrete 1 is deep gray dye, which is everything highlighted under red, which is mainly the hallways. Concrete 2, which is light gray dye, in which it is small rooms and closets. And concrete 3, which is no dye, which is mainly found in stairways. Next, let me tell you about the cost estimate. This is the summary for the polished concrete. I have broken it down into 3: concrete 1, deep gray dye; concrete 2, light gray dye; and concrete 3, no dye. The quantity in which I got from my takeoff, the units into square foot, and the main 3 items, which is material cost, labor cost, equipment cost. And I did not have any subcontractors because I performed everything, and my total cost. I'm going to be talking about how I got these numbers within the next slides. Here you can see the cost estimate for my labor. Once again, I have concrete 1, concrete 2, and concrete 3. And here I estimated on each floor exactly how many laborers and how many cement finishers I'm going to need. And I have put hourly cost of each one, and I'll be expecting them to work 8 hours. So as you can see, I have multiplied and I got the sum, and in which it will sum everything back to the summary. Next, let me talk about the cost estimate for equipment. Concrete 1, for concrete 2, and concrete 3. So for concrete 1, I'm going to need 2 floor grinders, 22-inch path, 2 floor edge grinders, 7-inch path, and a vacuum for cleanup. The main reason I have 2 different grinders, like I said before, I'm going to have one to get the main area and the smaller one to get the smaller areas where the big grinder could not reach or was not accessible. For concrete 2, I had the same thing, and for concrete 3, the reason I only went with one 7-inch path grinder is due to the small area of the stairway. There's not very much I can do, so I only went with one. And like I said before, I have put the hourly cost and summed it up and put it back, and I have linked it back to the summary, in which it will sum up everything up and be ready to have my estimate.